Hello, my wonderful crafty friends. I'm Michelle. This is Shelby Creations, and welcome to my workroom again, here in the Dragon's Den. I don't know about you, but with me, I try to do things ahead of time. And I was working on a tag, and it's just a simple flip tag. And I was thinking of course, yeah, it's not finished, but that I wanted something to lift it with. And first thing came to mind was a snippet. I've used these quite often, and I started looking and looking, and I'm out. The only thing left are these, which would be okay. You know, they're simple. I know the name. I know it. Safety pins. See, I knew it. Just put a few beads on there. This one has a dangle. It's got a piece of lace just wrapped around it. And you can take them and you glue one side on one side on the other. And that would make a nice little lift. But that's not what I wanted. And as you can see, I'm almost out of those too. I've got 4 of those left. The things we run into with crafting. Always running out of stuff. But at least these are things we can make. And we make them from things that we have left over. Now, a very, very dear friend of mine, Charlotte, with her YouTube channel, Charlotte Peterson, has been doing little collage snippets with paper. Great idea. I mean, the woman does beautiful work. You should see some of her journals. Haha. But I like using lace. And I use lace quite a bit in my albums and my journals and what all. So all those little bits and pieces I've been saving. Yep, this is my odds and ends bin, my bits and bob bin. And I've only have this size, because if it goes any bigger, I'm in trouble. Because I'll get lost in my lace. Now a snippet is where you, similar to her collage snippets, in that she uses different paper, I use different lace. And I had to put one together before I came on camera, just so you could sort of see. This is an example of a snippet. I've got a piece of, I think this was an old sheet, or pillowcase, or something. There was, I think that was a sweater. There's another piece of lace there, there's a lace there, there's some under there, and I put a real pretty flower on the top, which I think it's nice. Now you can have them, usually I would go with something smaller. Here, it will give you something to lift with. If you're on the side of a page, you could put it here to lift here. This is I've started putting this one together. I collect pages for my journal first, and I've been collecting for a little bit on this one. And you could put it, if you put it on the side of a page like that, you would see the edge, you know, hang over. Great little things, an easy way to use up all those little bits and pieces. Well, the next part that you got to go through is you got to start going through all your laces. And I just pulled out a little bit. Just a little bit of what I have, and as you can see, there's a lot here out of just a little handful, but it's enough to start with. It's enough to play with. Like this one here, I think this is so pretty. I love the green on this one, and you can trim off the edges where you've just got the flower, and this came off of another piece of lace. But when you put the two together, think of how sweet that would look in your journal or in an album. So you can do 2 things. You can either use Fabri-Tac to glue them together, or because I want to get it done in a hurry. Yeah, this is a little silicone thing that goes on your finger. I got it at Dollar Tree. I'll use my hot glue. Very simple. A little dab will do ya. Telling my age again. Press it down and get it off my mat. Yeah, this is one of those non-stick silicone baking mats. And there, first one done. See how easy that was? And look how pretty that is. Yeah, I got glue. Oh well. I'll end up with a lot of glue all over the place by the end of this one. Let's take the other end of it. Because I should have bought more of this, but I didn't. And now I regret it. I think I only got like 2 yards of it. I'm going to snip this off. And snip kind of close so that you're not leaving telltale signs. And then I found these. There were a chain of them, and I think I got these from one of the little craft groups I'm in. And yeah, I collect snippets, and then as you see here, I've got other little bits and bobs and sparklies in my little tray. All different little things that can be used too. What I was thinking was if we put that here, but we need to do some trimming. We need to trim off these ends here. Snip those two. And I'm not going to throw that away. That will end up on something else. Snip those there, snip those there, put those over there. And then well, get it centered. I think that's going to be cute. I like that. Alright, so let's glue her down. I'll put glue on the back of this. A little bit of hot glue here, hot glue there. I know some people don't like using hot glue. I don't mind it. I've had my hand burned quite a few times with it, but you get used to it after a while. See, I get stuck everywhere. But then I don't have to wait for it to dry like I would with Fabri-Tac. Not bad. Oops. I can stop getting stuck to it. Now I've got another piece. I'm going to add that to my pile. Alright, so right now we're looking at 1, 2, and keep them turned over. Alright, so there's 3 right there. And all the glue strings. That is another deterrent that a lot of people don't like when it comes to these, is all the glue strings. But hey, we'll live. That's interesting. See, then I got this that I had trimmed off of a shirt somewhere. I love it. Ah, that'll work. There's another piece. Ooh, I like that. I wonder if, put that on that. What if we just use the leaf off of this? Let's try that. Cut all around here. See, the only thing that stops you is your imagination. We got this. We can handle this. No, I don't like that like that. Let's put that a little on the wonky side. Ha! That works for me. Because I've got a place where this can go. Ha ha ha. Yeah, that'll work. A dab there. Usually, if it's netting, it will go all the way through. Trim off some of the strings. And I could go down at the bottom of the page like that somewhere. Or I may end up adding to it later on. But that's another one done. What else have we got in here? We got a lot of stuff. And see, something like this, I can use, like those two I used on here. That's where I got those from. I can come back and use these here on something. There's another one. So with just one little thing, that's 1, 2, at least 3 snippets that we can do with that one. Ooh. Ooh. What if I just saw that other piece down there and I'm thinking. My mind gets going, and before I know it, I can get myself in a world of trouble. I need a ruffle. And I'm going to use the end of this. I'll put a ruffle on there. Just like that. Now when I hold it up here, well, maybe spread it out a little bit. Sort of like that. I'm going to lift that end up. Put me a little string of glue right down there. Pull that back down so that it gets in the glue. Then, I like this. Which end? Which end? Which end? Oh. You do... How many will fit across there? Ooh, I could do 3 of these. So let's snip right in between there. Get those and trim off these little pieces that are left when you trim it, when you cut it off. Just makes it look like it's a standalone applique. And then, yep, I like that. Turn that over, burn my fingers, get the glue strings everywhere. And now I'm going to come up here and fold that under so that I'm not cutting the tool. Trim that off. Ta-da! I like that. I've got a place for that too. So there goes another one. Start piling these up before too long. We'll have them all done. I was looking at this and this. What if we put, do I have a standalone one of those? I thought I did somewhere. I don't see it. So I'm going to trim one of these off. Maybe that on top of that. Maybe. I don't know. Or maybe that on top of that. I like that. But I don't want all the plastic. So now it's going to give me a fit. It's not going to work for me. That's okay. I'll make it work. Take that out. Definitely don't want that center. Take that out. Come in here. A little bit of glue. I'll pop that down. And see, with that on, you can put it down and it doesn't. That's cute. We need something to go in the middle of it, though. I've got a half back. Oh, ooh, that's pretty. That's pretty. A little bit of shiny. Oh, I get... You've heard of the dog and the squirrel? Or the dog's like, oh, yes, 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 yes. Right in the middle of something. And then he looks over, oh, squirrel. Yeah, well, that was shiny. Oh, shiny. See? How cute is that? I mean, you put it on the corner of a page, put it on a tuck spot, and it's flat enough that it's not going to take up much bulk. So there goes another one. Oops, more strings. Let's see, what else do we have? We have one of these. It got folded. That's okay. We can deal with that. What if... I'm thinking. One of those. I have one of those. Oh, this has another, but that has another piece behind it still. But I like that. I'm not real big on that flower though. Let me see if I can, yep, I need to rip that off. Ta-da! So, I'm going to take this, another little dab, spread that down there, put that there, then in the center, let's see, what have we got? A bow. I think that's upside down. I don't. Nope. Bow's not going to do it. Oh, we can even go blingy. That was a button. Now that'll make it a little bit thicker, but not as thick as what it would have been on here. And stuck from my mat. I think that's going to work for me. I like it. Yeah. I better put the glue here. Huh? Knowing me, I would get the metal hot. One thing about all these strings with your glue gun, if you wait till it sets and dries, all these strings will be easier to remove. Because if you're doing it while it's still hot, the more you pull, the more you're going to keep pulling. That's nice. I like that one. Let's see. Oh, wait a minute. I've got some that I've been working on. I forgot I had them up there. Yes, I was thinking about doing all of these. I had these set aside for this video and just bloop, went right out of my head. Move my tray up there so I've got room to work. This one was a simple little medallion, and I think this lace I got at Walmart. You can find lace anywhere. Walmart, Hobby Lobby, Tuesday Morning, even the Dollar Tree, you can find some pieces of lace. But I think most of what I found there was like crocheted lace. And I'm going to do the center here. Put my little bling in the middle. Ta-da! Now this one here is what would be perfect on the bottom of a flip tag. Where did I put mine? Oh. It's like my head. If it wasn't attached, I'd lose it. And see, it's just the right size to flip up. And you can vary your colors with what you've got. So there goes another one. Oh, this one. This was something. I think it was part of a napkin or tea towel or something. I got it from a friend. It gave me a bunch of vintage stuff. And I loved it. So, but I want to add this lace, but I don't know which way I want to add it. Yeah, let's go this way. And put some down here. I'm not going to be putting anything anywhere if I don't put another glue stick in. Okay. Go in there, fit in there. And then this one. Now this is going to give me some bulk. So I need to be careful where I put it. I need to make sure I've got the room because that pearl, I mean, look at the bulk on that. Can you see that? So you need to make sure you've got the room for it. And then the dragonfly. I love the dragonfly. Oh, push my glue stick in. That may help. Put a little dab down there. And just stick him on. Ta-da! How cute is that? That little dragonfly just adds an extra touch. There goes another one. See, I was trying to be smart and have all these done up. It's another one that was cut as an applique. And then there was this one. This was a long strip of them. Make sure I got the right side. You know, some of these I have a hard time figuring out which is the right side and which is the wrong side. And before I know it, I will have attached the wrong side to something. But the good thing with the glue gun, it's easy just to peel it up. Now, I've got another dragonfly. Ah, if I can get it up. It doesn't want to come up. I'll slide it off the edge. Ha! I'll make you come up. Put it right there. And there we go. See how quick and easy these are? And before you know it, you'll have enough to go in just about anything you want to do. Oh, here's a good one. This was, I think, part of it. Oh, it was a shirt. And it was the big piece of lace on the front of a shirt. I think I picked it up in one of the local charity shops. And I cut it apart. And I cut all the lace off of it. And that's what I've been using on some of my projects. So, and I'm not worried that it's not laying down. It'll end up laying down eventually. So, I picked out this piece of lace, but you see how it has this little gap here? It's probably my fault for the way I cut it off. Now, which way's from, Joe? Okay. Do that one there. Ah, come here. A little stream of glue. And pop that down. Turn you back right here straight. Then I have cheesecake. Oh, we both know what's on my brain. Cheesecloth. Now, back when we still had AC Moore, they had the rolls of cheesecloth. And I bought, I think, a blue and a pink, and I think there was 3 colors I bought, or maybe it's just the 2. And I've still got quite a bit left, but I love it. And I haven't seen it anywhere else. So all I want is just a little dab there in the center. And then this, I don't want the whole thing. I just want the flower. Not the top part that's attached. Do you see how I cut it kind of close? Get rid of all my... I don't... having things string behind me all day. You watch. Yep, that's the back. Little dab there. And voila. There goes another one. Now, if these aren't to your liking, then pull out your stuff and make one that is. It's very simple. What was I going to do with this? I had it set aside for a reason. I know. But see, there's some of that pink. I love it. I don't know what I was going to do with that one. Ooh, what if? No, that's too big. Oh well. I'll figure that one out later. I have a piece of white. I have a piece of the tan. We can do a little small one here. So, let's start. We'll just do the 2. So I'm going to go ahead and cut my base, because I know where I want that to end. Put that back over there in the corner. Lay that down. Which is front? This is front. And I want to put that right over the top of there. Just so I have the white peeking out on the bottom. So, put a little bit of glue. Put my glue gun. I must apologize to everyone. I had no idea, excuse me, that my camera had shut off. I'm still new to this, so I'm still learning about this thing. But what we ended up with all those little pieces of lace, and I've still got plenty left, so there's more to come. Remember, this is the one we started off with. That's the one I showed you at the beginning of the video. Well, we've made a lot. I think this one was the last one that showed up on the video. So let's go through them. We have this one here. Trying to make sure I get it in focus. This was an old piece of shirt with just a piece of black lace and the cording. We have this one here. We took the medallion from one of the strip of lace and simply put a decorative, I've still got strings on them. Glue gun sleeve strings everywhere. They're so bad. But this was one piece of lace. All we did was attach another one to it. This one here I love. I've got a card that's going to be ready for this in no time. The gold here was the Christmas ribbon. And I only had like one little section of this left. But it fit perfect here. It's going to go great on the bottom of a tag. I'll be pulling off these strings till I end up attaching them to something. This one here will be great on the bottom of a tag to lift it up as a little pull part. It's got the lace medallion, the little flower, and a little piece of bling in the center. This one here, I'm going to show you the back of it first. Get over here so I can see it in the camera. This was from a shirt that I had gotten at a thrift store, and you can see where it nipped it off when I was cutting it. Doesn't matter, it can still be used. I put a little bit of, I don't know why I keep forgetting names of things. But we've got that, we've got the little flower, we've got lace under there. It was right on the tip of my tongue. Anyway, but that, and yeah, it folds over because that's, you know, the way it was. But when you put it down on something and attach it, it'll lay flat. Not a problem. Here's another one. Make sure I'm in the frame. We started with a little applique. We added a little piece of lace snippet under there, a flower. I remember this is the one where I took the ribbon flower off and added a piece of bling. Yes, it's going to add some thickness to whatever we put it on, but in our albums, or if you want it in a journal, whatever, just make sure you allow for the thickness. This one here turned out really pretty. Again, just pieces of snippet, pieces of lace. But I took some beads that I had tied onto the end of one of my little strings and added it to the bottom. So now this one has little dangles on the end. And that's going to give us some motion on our projects. Here's another one. Another applique, a section of the lace. And this one has a little blinged out, a little bling butterfly on, or not butterfly, dragonfly. Here's another one with a dragonfly. This one, this is, I don't know what, I think this came off of a shirt. I go to the thrift stores, I buy lace shirts and old looking shirts and come home, take them apart, and use them in projects. So this one turned out really nice. Again, with the dragonfly. I'm just reaching and grabbing. This one we started with a piece of the shirt like we had in the other one. I added a piece of tulle and just a little strip of ribbon. And look how nice that turned out. We always end up with pieces of lace that about this size. Why throw them away? I don't. I stick them in my bin that I showed you. And this is where they end up. Now, I can trim off the top if I want. I can, whenever the project requires, when it comes time to put it on. This one here was just a simple flower applique. I took one of the silk flowers that I got at the Dollar Tree, took all the plastic off of it, and just used the fabric part and added a little button flower to the center. Another lace applique, this one's a heart, and all I did was trim that off of a piece of lace. Hot glued it on, and there we go. It could be as little as 2 pieces or as many as you want. This one here, remember, this is our Well, I don't know if I got to this one in the video. But this is my unfinished piece. I've got my piece of, I don't know whether this was a bed sheet or what, but I think it was a bed sheet. You know how they end up getting old after a while? Well, I ripped mine up, and I use it on my projects. Another little piece of lace. This one here was from an applique. I simply trimmed off the leaves. Now I may add a flower, or I may stick this under the edge of a flower, or, it could go anywhere. This one here, again, that little edge of lace that we're always stuck with at the end of what we're sewing. Another piece trimmed off. And this one, this had these in a row, so I had all these little dangles hanging down. But I simply snipped one off and just glued them together. The pearl is going to add some depth to your project, but that's okay. We make allowances for them because we want the pretties in what we work with. This one here, now this shows how, with the other green one, it was connected to the other one. I simply cut it off and stuck this right up under the edge and hot glued it. And look how nice that turned out. See, I bring that little, well, if I can get it in focus. There we go. Like, bear with me, I'm still new to this, so I'm still learning. But these are what I call snippets. I learned this from another lady on YouTube. I don't actually know where. I've watched so many. But I love using these in my albums, in my journals, on tags, even on cards. You'd be surprised where all of these are going to come into play in your projects. And then when I go to put them away, I simply file them away in my little crafty companion here. If you're wondering about the drawers, it's got a little pull on it. I learned how to make these from Genevieve Designs, Genevieve Harrison. Wonderful lady. Woman's a genius, all the stuff she comes up with. Of course, I think just about everybody I watch on YouTube is a genius. They have such wonderful ideas. And I'll simply put all of these in here so that when I go to look for them, I know where they're at. I pull the whole drawer out, and I've got them at the ready. When I went looking before, this drawer was empty. I didn't have, well, no, it wasn't quite empty, because also in here is where I hang all the little dangles that I made that I put on the ends of them. Those lay there. That's in there, so that when I look for them, I've got them. And now I've got more. But I've still got a lot of lace left. And it's a rainy day today, so maybe I'll go and make some more. Well, not too many more, because if I fill up my drawer, yeah, I'll fill up my drawer. I'll overflow my drawer. They'll give me something else to work on. Because then I have to find homes for them, places to use them. It's never-ending process in the crafting world. The more you make, the more you have to make. So, if you like what you've seen here, if you've learned anything, hit the like button, subscribe to my channel, and I'll be back with another crafty video coming soon. Thank you. Goodbye and have a blessed day.